Yo, what's going on, Domination Crew? It's Rico, and today we're going to be talking about the differences between Amazon private label dropshipping and Amazon FBA.
All these people are talking about wanting to sell you a lifestyle. We're here to sell you a life.
Selling on Amazon has absolutely changed our lives. So guys, if you're new, welcome to the channel. My name is Rico. Me and my partner Dan, we talk all about that Amazon life, all about that Amazon goodness, you know, private label dropshipping, FBA, which is actually what we're going to get into right now. But if you like that type of content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stick around for a little bit. Click the description below, get into the free Facebook groups. We can hook you up with all that free knowledge, baby. And then you can, you know, see all of our students doing big things, making all types of money. So I'm not 100% sure how this confuses a lot of people. Now, granted, private label is in the name, so maybe that's why people get confused, but I don't know. So we're going to clear that up right now for you guys. So as you should know by now, unless you're new to the channel, we talk all about Amazon private label dropshipping. We are Amazon private label dropshippers and FBA sellers. Now, we don't usually recommend going FBA right off the bat because a lot of people fail with that method. We actually failed with one of our first FBA products. We lost like $3,000, a little bit over $3,000 actually. And even though everything was good, you know, the product research, metrics, all that stuff, there was no guarantee that it was going to sell, and it didn't do as hot as we thought. So that's when we got into private label dropshipping, and it's such an easier system. So Amazon private label dropshipping is similar to FBA, but different. So with private label dropshipping, you're not sending the products into Amazon. You're going directly from manufacturer, supplier to the customer. So you get an order on Amazon, boom, you get it sent out from your supplier, from the manufacturer, done and done. You're not going to Walmart, you're not going to Target, any of that stuff. You're actually going to suppliers to have the supplier ship that product to your customer. Okay, it is your own product. It's not, you know, Walmart hand soap, Pampers diapers, Nike shoes, none of that stuff. It is your own product. You're just not getting them in bulk. You're getting them one by one as needed when you get sales. Now, what that allows you to do is test the market with multiple products at a time. So instead of dumping $2,000 into one product and hoping that it sells, you guys are putting money into dozens of products. Okay, and that way you kind of know what's going to sell and what isn't going to sell. You have a very good idea. And the things that are selling, guess what? They're ranking, so that way you can convert them to FBA so you don't have to drop ship them anymore. And then you get even more sales. It's a very streamlined system, very, very easy. You know, it costs nothing really up front besides, you know, your product cost. So you can get started with just a few $100s, whereas with FBA, it's going to take several hundred, if not thousands, to really be effective. You don't have to do giveaways. You don't have to do any of that stuff with private label dropshipping. It's done and done. Now, granted, it is a little bit more time consuming because you have to be on your A game. You have to be able to fulfill those orders, talk to your customers, you have to do the customer service, refunds, all that stuff. Now, where Amazon FBA comes in, you know, you guys obviously know you're going to be getting products in bulk. You're going to be going to your manufacturer, your supplier, getting those products in bulk, sending them into Amazon. Now, where that helps you is that since you're buying in bulk, you can get them at a lower price point, so your profit margins are a little bit higher. Now, with private label dropshipping, your margins are generally 30 to 50%, whereas with FBA, if you do it properly, your margins could be anywhere from 50 to 75, if not higher than that, depending on said product. So you have a very, very good margin with FBA. 30 to 50% isn't bad though, so I wouldn't complain about that. But, you know, just know that you'll be buying in bulk right off the bat, and then you'll be sending those into a fulfillment center, into an Amazon warehouse, and, you know, going from there. Now, Amazon handles all the customer service, they handle all the picking, they handle all the shipping and all that stuff. So you really don't have to worry about anything at all. You know, Amazon handles all that stuff for a small fee. You know, they charge you their fulfillment fees, which, you know, can be up to like 15% of that actual product. But it is okay if you don't want to deal with anything. If you just want like a set it and forget it method almost, then FBA is going to be for you. Now, granted, it's really not just set it and forget it, and there is work involved, but not near as much as with private label drop shipping. You know, you do have to be on your A game with private label drop shipping, but you can make money quicker with private label drop shipping than you can with FBA. You're not going to get a product, you know, from conception to your sample and then shipped into Amazon in less than 30 days. Typically, this just doesn't happen. You're going to be doing product research. You're going to be finding things. You're going to be reaching out to a designer to come up with your packaging. You're going to be sending that packaging to your supplier. Your supplier is going to be putting that on the labeling and stuff on the new packages for your product, and then they're going to send you a sample. You're going to be getting product photography taken. You're going to be doing all these things. So while you guys are doing all those things with your FBA product, my students are already making money. 24 hours after they get into the program, they're already making money. 30 days in, they're already doing $10K in revenue. So, like, you guys are waiting, they're doing $10,000. Like, that's the benefit of private label dropshipping. You can get started way quicker. You can get started in a matter of, 12 to 24 hours. We had a student get in, and it was like 12 hours later, and she was already getting sales. I don't recommend staying up all night trying to, do that stuff. I would never do that. That's just not me. But, whatever. Where, FBA, it's going to take a little bit, guys. Like, you're looking at least a 30-day window. Even longer if you guys don't ship by air. If you guys go with the whole ship by sea thing to save a couple bucks, congratulations. Your product's going to take, 60 days, 90 days to get to an Amazon fulfillment center. And then you're going to be sitting there waiting while these guys are, ramping up to do 20K within, their 60 days. So they're doing, 10K their first month, then 20K the next month. And you guys haven't even got a product up. And I know people are going to say, oh, it doesn't matter, when you start the race and da-da-da-da-da and so on and so forth, as long as you finish. Yeah, but when it comes to business, you generally want to be the one that's making the money first and not the one that's making the money last. Case in point. So let's say you guys are selling the exact same product. So let's say I take, student A from my course and then student B from, some other FBA person's course or whatever. Now, granted, we do FBA as well, so we also teach FBA, but I'm just saying, we generally teach our students to dropship first and then convert over to FBA once those listings are seasoned and they're getting a lot of sales. So we take student A versus student B. Private label dropshipper, FBA only person right here. Private label dropshipping person, they got all these products within our course. They got hundreds of products to pick from right off the bat to help them do their product research and then start getting sales like that. Boom, done. So they start listing 24 hours later. You get in the course, you review, you get in, whatever person's course, whatever FBA person's course, you check it out, you're looking over things. All right, you got to go to your supplier. You got to do all this stuff. You got to do this. 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 They've already done all that. They've already gotten the course. They've already talked to their suppliers. Already said, this is what I need. This is what I need the product to look like. Boom, 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 boom. Get it done. You're over here like, all right, I got to do my product research. I got to do this. I don't know what to sell, and so on and so forth. So you got at least 24 to probably longer than that. You got about a week until you find a product that you really like, and then you're going to get samples, and you're probably even longer than that, probably 2, 3, 4 weeks before you even have a product ready, before you're even confident in a product. So once you find your product, guess what? Then you go. Not even that. We'll just say the same product. We'll just say the same. We're not even going to go with different product. The same exact product. This, student A is listing here. Student A lists right off the bat. Boom. They're already making money. Student B, same product as student A. It's not going to happen. You got to wait for that product to get into a fulfillment center. If you're sending it by sea, like I said, it's going to take you like 60 days. You got to have a freight forwarder. You got to have all these different things. This person's already making money. Their listing is already getting ranked. By the time you get in, their listing's already ranked higher than yours, and they didn't have to do any type of giveaway to get their listing ranked higher than yours. Want to know why? Because, Mr. Student B, our methods are better than yours. Plain and simple. That's just what it is. There's methods that we have, and our students get ranked up, no problem. Whereas this person's going to take a while to get ranked up. So if we're already on the first page over here within 30 days and you haven't even started selling in 30 days, do you really think you're going to come in and take the sales from someone who's already ranked on the first page in the first row? That's very difficult to do. You're not going to come in and typically steal all the sales. Now, granted, it does happen, but it's a lot more difficult than you're thinking. It's just not going to happen in most cases. So there's the differences. You guys can pick what's right for you. I'm not saying that private label dropshipping is right for everybody. If you're not someone who's more motivated and more hands-on, definitely not the method for you. Do not recommend it at all. If you want something more hands-off, then FBA is for you. If you want to be able to make money quickly and scale your business from 0 to 100K like that without having to worry about all the the extra stuff, then yes, private label dropshipping is for you. It's going to take a little bit more. You're going to be hands-on. You're going to be building your business because you have to do things a different way. You're not going to get to rely on just sitting around having viral launch, do a giveaway for you and hoping that your product ranks. Like you're going to have to put in some work. But that's the beauty of it. You put in the work, you see the results, and our students are making tons of money. If you get into the Facebook group, you guys can obviously see that. I mean, it's just result after result after result. I mean, people just all the students just posting all their results. There's tons of money being made. So there's that. But yeah, so those are the differences, guys. I mean, you decide what's right for you. I'm not saying one method is better for you or worse for you. You obviously have to make the decision. For us and the people that follow us, private label dropshipping is the way to go because it requires very little upfront capital, a few $100s in pretty much all cases. Whereas it takes $2,000, anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000, on the low side to get started with Amazon FBA. A lot of people don't have that kind of startup capital, so you got to think about that. Where do you see your finances? Don't put yourself into a financial bind, trying to get into this FBA market and then hoping and praying that it sells and not really knowing if it will. Like, yes, the metrics may say that it will, but there's no guarantee that it will, Okay, so there's that. So guys, that's it. Hopefully I enlightened you a little bit. Hopefully you guys have a little bit better concept of what this is and how it works. And yeah, we're gonna go. We gotta get this dog outside. She's been cooped up. It's cold, man. I don't want to take this tiny yip dog out. But got to. So yeah, be safe, be smart, enjoy the rest of your days, evenings, whatever. I'm gonna catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.